Hello again. This one I believe is from Friday a week ago, Friday the 31st, or Saturday the 1st after midnight. And it's been sitting on the hard drive for about a week, and I was gonna post it last week, but as usual, I'm just getting home and going to bed and getting back up and going to work all week, so it's kind of having some trouble keeping up with this stuff, but want to post it and get something, do what I can. Got my converter and my my splitter cable, and I can now play this game at 120 hertz while recording it at the same time, which I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to do. It doesn't really make any difference. I'm pretty sure it makes no difference whatsoever as far as these videos concerned. It just makes it so I can play at 120 hertz, which was the only point of buying this monitor. Fortunately, the converter box does exactly what the ad said it would do. It takes a 120 hertz signal and converts it to and spits out an HDMI signal, which the capture card can use, and it looks, as far as I can tell, it looks perfectly good, so that's all I care about. The cheap little splitter cable that I bought to split the DVI output from the video card, so one would go to the monitor and one would go to the converter box, that was worthless. That thing, I don't know, I know nothing about these kind of matters, but apparently if you got 120 hertz going in, you must have 260 hertz coming out, because that's what's coming out of that cable. 120 goes in, 260 hertz signals come out. Completely worthless. Completely destroys the whole point of having the thing. So nice little cable, but it doesn't do what I needed it to do. But fortunately, the video card does have two DVI outputs. I was using the other one for something else, but I don't really need it for that, so I can free that one up and use that one and use the second DVI output to go to the capture card via the converter box. So all worked out in the end. This really plays a lot better. I really love the way this garbage looks at 120 hertz. It looks really great.
Attack the prime node.
While I was screwing around with that, I decided I'd mess around and try to optimize my mouse settings a little bit. Come to find out, I've been playing all these years and I never realized, but the Logitech software that comes with these mice has a mouse speed setting in it.
Attack the prime node.
Which I've never really messed with much. I just kind of assumed all along that the mouse sensitivity setting in the game was the same thing. It was just that mouse speed setting, but controlled from within the game.
Tentacle retracted.
Maybe I'm wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure that at this point that is not the case. Those are two separate controls, and I can actually set the mouse speed setting in the Logitech drivers way down low, and then set the sensitivity settings in the game all over the damn place. And basically, it just multiplies the number of the total number of control configurations I can have. I can have a really low mouse speed setting and a really high, combined with a really high mouse sensitivity setting, or vice versa, or any combination in between. So I was messing all around with that, and I don't know that I got a lot of good out of it. I ended up settling on a setting that wasn't all that different from what I'd been using anyway. But it felt a little bit better than what I was doing, so I feel like I got some use out of it. But it just goes to show, it just goes to show how completely ignorant I am about the stuff I've been doing for years and years. And I constantly run into stuff that I never realized I was doing wrong. That's what happens. This game. Oh yes. I don't think I was feeling real optimistic through most of this. We've got, I guess we've got center, so we're doing pretty well. Center and one side. I figure this vehicle's about to go down, but I don't want to get out of it before it dies. Because the Bender is a good vehicle to steal. You definitely don't want to give it up to the... You don't really want to give up many vehicles to the Axon side on this map, because they've just got shitloads of vehicle, and you don't really have that many, and you don't want to really give away what you got, especially they're all important. So you just don't want to give them away. It's really bad. It's really bad anytime they capture a vehicle on this side, because you kind of need them all. You need that tank also, which we just lost, I believe. Yeah. And let's see, it looks like we still have the tank node, so that's not so bad. I think we have the tank node, I believe. Looks like we're going to make an attempt on the enemy prime, but our orb just went down. I'm going to run past the orb, just kill people and try to clear away, but there's a nemesis on my left that I might be able to suicide on before he kills me, but no, he denied that suicide. But looks like we knocked down their prime anyway. So the only thing to do now is to get that ore moving, which it is. Somebody's picked that up, and also probably wouldn't be a bad idea to get hold of that other node over there. Which, come to think of it, that is the tank node. So we did not have the tank node. So that is something to be concerned about, because the tank is an extremely important vehicle on this map. So there's no telling where that'll show up. Most likely I would guess the tank will show up over there by their prime, and it'll be over there defending their prime, because when your prime, when all you've got is your prime and that tank node, good thing to do with the tank is to pull it back and cover the prime with it until you start to make some headway or get some support, and then you can move forward and try to get a hold of the center with it. Just lost our walker. I'm really worried about that tank. No idea where it is right now.
Red core is secure.
Going forward, see if I can knock some stuff down. I'll probably get out of this vehicle because it's just too vulnerable. I don't think there's anybody in that turret up the way, which is a good thing. So that means I can pretty much move around here. Oh, there's the orb on the ground. I have to make a play to get that. I don't think I'll make this. I'm going to try to jump across. I did manage to knock down the orb carrier, and if I'd stayed alive for another fraction of a second, I would have capped that. But didn't quite make it.
Attack the enemy prime node.
Okay, well, I don't want to just run out there on foot. I want to take a look around a little bit. Yeah, here comes a Viper. We don't want to. I don't want to leave the center uncovered while I make my slow way. Okay, here we go. This guy's going to give me a tow, so we'll make an attempt this way. And hopefully we'll get there. There's fire on the center already, but I'm in position. Let's see if I can cap. Didn't quite make it. Yeah. So now we're in danger of losing the center unless we can get back. Okay, we got it. Yeah. Shot down the enemy prime, so the center is safe. We just lost one of the sides, but there's a fight over it. I can see that. It got shot down, but somebody's working on taking it back. Now we lost the enemy prime, and the center's under attack, so we need to cover that. That looks like a tank shot from the left, so they still have that tank node, I believe. So we have to worry about that. I'm getting ready to make a right here and see if I can get an idea where that tank is, because right now he's behind me, which is not a good place to have a tank if you're not looking at him. But I got all this stuff coming through this doorway, and I want to cover that too. Let me make maybe I'm not worried about that tank, but I should be, because he's right over there. Yeah, I can see him. I can see him throwing shots over here. Well, that's the end of that vehicle. I really do need to do something about that tank. The Scorpion probably not a really good vehicle, but I'm thinking about hitting the core. The prime is what I'm doing. I'm sure I'll end up dealing with that tank at some point if you don't take down our core. Oh, just lost that vehicle. Well, let me run forward and see if I can put some damage on this thing before I die. Yeah. And now the center is under attack. We're in danger of losing that. Well, that fire has died down. Let me get up forward and try to cover the center a little bit. Maybe I'll try and cover that walker and see what I can do with him. They still have the tank node, so I really should be worried about the red tank. But I haven't seen it yet. All this time they've had this tank node, I haven't seen the tank node. We must be doing a good job of shooting him down or something. Red orbs on the ground, he's not a problem. Probably, oh, there's that Nemesis. I need to back up, man. I didn't look fast enough. You have to move forward fast, but you have to be ready to get the hell out of the way, because as soon as you run into something that you know you can't handle, you know, backing up ain't always fast enough. So they've taken the center, and they've got a side over there. Oh, Viper missed me. And we'll probably start having fire on our prime here, so I'm kind of desperate to get up here. I managed to get the orb carrier out, but that's about all I'm going to manage. Well, I'm not going to suicide. I'm going to cover a little bit. Got the other orb carrier down. The Nemesis over, he's about to shoot me down. I'm getting ready to suicide on this thing, but I'm hesitating a little too long. The other guy's going to do it more. And we capped, so we got the center back. Red now has both sides, so that's not great. We can deal with that, hopefully.
Attack the enemy prime node.
We're going after the enemy prime though. There is a tendency to kind of neglect the sides because you can kind of overlook them for quite a while. Oh, there's that tank. I was wondering where he was. He looks like he's looking the other way, so maybe I can get in here and suicide on it, and he's going to avoid that suicide. Okay, well I kind of have to. He's coming after me. I might get one or two shots here. That's it. You know. Well, let me grab the sword because we're about to lose our prime now.
I'm in position.
Okay, we're getting a tow right away. He looks like he's gonna. Yeah, he's gonna take me. He has to take me straight to the prime. I'm just gonna let go here and we'll just cap this and try to knock down any reds in the area that we see. But I don't see too many. Get this vehicle out. I could defend with this vehicle, or I could go forward. There's no fire on the prime for the moment, so let me go forward and see if I can hit the center at all. Worried about the tank. I don't know where he is. It looks like we're attacking the sides, but we're not managing to hold him at all. Just trying to knock this guy out. I'll probably suicide on this vehicle. No.
I've got the orb.
Attack the center node.
Nope. Well, we had the center down for a few seconds, but we're losing it again. And there's no vehicles that. Well, let me grab the vendor and go and head off to our prime and provide some defense if I can.
Grab your orb.
Oh. Yeah, the other issue I had when I brought this monitor home was I plugged the monitor in, I turn it on, totally black screen, no picture at all. That's scary, you know. I'm like, I just spent $400 on this piece of junk and it don't work. Man. That's fucked up. Well, that's what you run into. It's just more stupidity on my part, though. It turns out what I finally figured out after all these years of doing it the wrong way, what I finally figured out was these video cards that have two deep. Oh, there's that fucking tank. God damn it. Well, there's a shield here, which has been thoughtfully provided by the enemy prime. If I can get this guy down, then I'll have that shield all to myself. And well, didn't manage that. I did manage not to give away that vendor, which was nice of me. This vendor looks like it got abandoned. It's because somebody thought I was gonna die. I'm gonna get into it and see. Well, save it from being captured for one thing, and for another thing, see if I can get that center down, because I'm real anxious to do that. I thought there was a banana here too. No, somebody's got that banana. We're good. Might manage to just. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of putting shields on these nodes, mainly because, you know, that shield is just as useful for the enemy as it is for you. Oh.
I have the orb.
And we're getting some benefit out of it here now. That Geronimo on our side, I think it is. Yeah, so I plugged this monitor in. It's totally black. No picture at all. I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? It's broken. It doesn't even work. Oh no. No, it works fine. The problem is, what I haven't realized after about 10 or 15 years of using these video cards is that these video cards that have multiple DVI outputs like this one does, You may not realize this, or maybe you would think that this was something so obvious that you never even had to think about it. But apparently, from what I'm guessing here now, these video cards have hardwired. One of those outputs is hardwired as display 1, and one of those outputs is hardwired as display 2, and they're also hardwired by default to operate in dual view mode. That is, they split the screen into two halves, and display 1 shows you the left half, and display 2 shows you the right half by default. That's the way the video output works until the Windows video driver takes over and decides how things are going to be.
Attack the enemy.
But up to that point, like for example, when your BIOS screen is displaying, it's that hardwired shit that's controlling all that graphics display. So, anyway, all these years I've been wondering how come I only ever get a view of the BIOS on this other VGA display I have set up on here on the side. How come I only ever see it there? Ooh, I don't know. Well, the reason is because that little fucker was plugged into DVI port 1, and I've been using DVI port 2 for the main display all this time, not realizing that's what I was doing. Oh well, so I just switched the plugs around. Well, both plugs are now being used for the main display. Now I'm just cloning one on the other and using the other one to go to the converter for the HDMI. Anyway, after about 15 years of using this computer, I can watch the BIOS on my screen when I power it up without having to turn on some little other monitor somewhere.
3 minutes remaining.
That's useful. Yeah, you learn all kinds of things when you start screwing around. Hopefully. Let me see if I can cap. Didn't quite make it. The Viper denied me. Now all I gotta do is fix my car. Well, the other car, anyway.
Attack the enemy prime node.
Yeah, it's acting all weird. It hasn't been running well at all. I mean, I've been replacing throttle position sensors and all kinds of crazy. Just replacing stuff at random because that's about the level that I operate on it. Hoping something fixes it. So far it's been okay, but I was looking around it today and noticed a little tear in a vacuum line that I hadn't noticed before, so that could have been a vacuum leak. That could have been causing it to run like crap, but I have to get this other part replaced before I can start it up to find out about that. Well, we got the center. We got about a minute and a half to go, and it looks like, well, we got about a 10-point lead, so it's looking pretty hopeful at this point. Get back in that vehicle, you bastard. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we're good. Who is that? That's Fun Times. Yeah, he knows what he's doing for sure. He must have seen something on the ground he wanted to pick up. Okay.
The enemy prime node.
Here we
I
go.
got the orb.
And I've got a tow. Okay. Looks really good at this point. We got one side. No one has the other. Oh, Red's picking up the other side. Well, it's not a huge disaster. I mean, well, we do kind of need to do. We do got a few things. Well, let me see if I can cap this. That's going to be a little bit tricky because there's an orb up there covering it. And it looks like, yeah, we'll make it. Okay. And their bender's down, so we're good. I might even go forward and attack. Well, that vehicle's no good. This one's okay. A little hard to get up this hill. It's usually better to go the other way. The only problem being that the prime is probably going to go. Oh, God, caught an admiral. Who is that? Under over. Probably. I don't even know where he was. Well, we lost the prime.
I have the orb.
We do have one side, so things are looking fairly good.
30 seconds left.
We just have to get the prime before they start making a play for the center there. Might get it, maybe. Depends on what that orb does. Oh, they got their orb covering the prime again. We might not get this. Let me get one down. Let's see if I can get that orb down. Yeah, I got him down. our orbs on the ground over there, but I decided it was more important to take out the enemy. Oh, there's that tank coming in. Yep. The tank can shoot the walls of the inside walls of the gazebo from way over there and kill everybody in the vicinity with splash damage. But we've got their prime down.
Defend the prime node.
So yeah, once again, looking fairly inevitable. Not really putting a whole lot of damage on the core. Looks like we're oh, there's that tank. I'm gonna get up behind him. This is the way to kill this bastard. He can't shoot me up here. He's trying like hell to roll out from underneath me, but I'm not gonna let him do that. The other danger is that he could roll up against a wall. What they might do is roll up against a wall, then point the gun straight at the wall, and shoot point blank into the wall. And that puts all kinds of splash damage on anything in the immediate vicinity, including any hamster balls on top of the tanks. That's something, or mantas, things like that. You can sometimes kill them that way. I don't think you're guaranteed a hit doing that, but it's I believe it sometimes does kill them. Looks like we just lost the vendor there. Really hard to shoot through that veil of fog over there, but I don't want to turn it off. It's just because I just feel like that's the way the game is supposed to look. I just don't want to turn it off.
Tentacle deployed.
Although people do, they turn that stuff off and they can shoot you from all the way across the map. But I just don't want to do that. Wouldn't be right. Wouldn't be prudent. Not at this juncture. Okay. Let's see if we can. Oh. Got a bender covering the center. Maybe the orb's on the ground. I probably ought to be going after the orb, but I think I've decided at this point it's more important for me to go after that tank. Yeah, didn't get anywhere near him. If you get on top of the tank, he can't shoot you, but you got to make sure you got to get past his gun first. You got to make sure you roll up on him when he's looking the other way. He came up out of the fog that time and he was looking straight at me, so there was just no escape. Well, I'm still worried about that tank. I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to go over that hill because he's looking right at me. He's just going to shoot me as soon as I make it. I can hit him with indirect fire from back over here. He's going to pick up somebody to help heal him a little bit. Yeah, he's getting healed back there. That's not good, but I don't want to go forward because he'll just shoot me. And now I am going to go forward, but now I don't see him. I'm really worried. I know he's going to be right around the corner, but I'm not sure exactly where he's going to pop up. Maybe I'll run down. I don't see him at all. I'm going to run out here and suicide this thing because it's picking up damage from spiders and stuff. There's a shield up in there. Well, I need to get up inside that shield. And then I can kill all the people inside of it like that. And this guy over here. And that'll leave me all by myself to take down the node. Of course, it does take quite a while to take down the node. Ah, the orb carrier came in and capped it for me. Well, there you go. Now all I got to do is take this guy out with my one hit point. Well, I had some help with that too, didn't I? Okay, and then there's that shade. He'll probably get me. Yeah, I wasn't gonna last too long in there with one hit point, but that wasn't too bad. 55 to 18, well into overtime.
Grab your orb.
And we've got them locked down too. Yeah, it looks all but inevitable at this point. They do have both the side nodes, which isn't good. Our orb is stranded on the ground over there. I'll probably make another attempt at it. Well, maybe not. I mean, it's just going to time out and come in. Well, it'll show up at the center if the center don't get shot down.
I've got the orb.
Let me get in this turret and see if I can stop that. No. Yeah, we just lost the center. And red has 10 points. It ain't over just yet, but yeah, now they're making a play for the prime. You get a lot of turnarounds in this game, and this is kind of looking like one at this point. It's not impossible for red to take this. Not at all impossible. Well, it is getting a little bit. It is getting a little close now. We do just need to hang on here. Our orb is there helping to hang on, but he's getting shot at quite a bit. He'll probably go down, but he ain't down yet. We do have a lot of reds coming in, though. They are trying really hard. There, yeah, he's down. And I failed to pick him up because we got the red tank coming in. And it looks like the prime is down. We hold no nodes except the core. That's definitely going to slow down the red core ticking down.
Attack the
With
prime
1
node.
point to
I've
go,
got the
but
orb.
this is a pretty sad way to end actually. But it's, a win is a win. I'll take it. And I don't think I'm gonna get all the way down there. Yeah, it's ticking down real slow now. It's with us hold. Okay, we took our prime back. That ought to be enough to do it. Yeah, we'll probably win it right about. Yeah, there we go. Okay, well I'll post another one before the weekend's over. I think I should be able to find something to post. Have a good day.